Okay, good evening. What should I call you, Mr. Premier?
Yeah, you can call me Premier. That's all right.
Okay, Premier. First, I want to say thank you very much for willing to be in. Yeah, we are so happy for having you here. And firstly, perhaps we will introduce ourselves first. My name is Fikrie, and this is my friend, Fachru. Fahru, would you like to say hi?
Yes, hi. What can I call you? I don't understand.
It's nice meeting you.
Sir?
Okay, so we are from State Islamic University, Bandung, and now we are doing a project about final exam that we should interview a foreigner about like such a teacher or maybe a person who took a major in education like you. So yeah, perhaps before we start the question, would you like to introduce yourself, Premier?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So do you hear my voice? Like, is it clear? Because I think my video freezes.
Yes, actually.
Okay. Just give me a second. Yeah. Wait. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Is it back? Yeah. Okay. So, hello everybody. My name is Thitipong, Borisut. You can call me Premier. So basically, right now I'm a student from Chulalongkorn University Education. My major is elementary education, and I'm minoring in English and Thai. Yeah. So yeah, that's just it.
What can I call you, Mr. Premier?
It's like football Premier League. It's Premier, Premier.
Okay, or willing to be interviewed without
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps the first question, why you took education as your major in the university?
All right. So back when I was just a little kid, I've always wanted to write the board, the blackboard. And it's such a cool thing when I was in like early childhood to write the board. But that's just like a fun thing. But after I grew up, I feel like there was one day when I was in like grade 9, maybe like when I was in Matheum 3 or grade 9. Somebody rushed into me like 5 minutes before the exam to let me teach something to them. And I taught them like in rush, like in 5 minutes, and it turns out that they got good grades. So it was like the best feeling in the world, teaching somebody and they understand what I taught them, and they got good grades. So basically after that, I've decided that I really want to be a teacher. And to be a teacher means you have to build a strong foundation in the content or the knowledge of the world to the students so that they can grow up to be a better person or better people. So yeah, that's why I chose to study education and become a teacher. Yes.
It sounds interesting. Do you have any experience in teaching someone?
Yeah, I mean like
Yeah. I'm hearing you.
Yes. Do you have any experiences in teaching someone or anyone?
Sorry.
Yes.
Could you please repeat the question again?
Okay. Do you have
I didn't hear you.
Do you have an experience
Mm-hmm.
in teaching someone?
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I've been teaching for 3 years now in adult school, and like when I was first teaching in the real classroom, it was not so good, and I just realized that teaching is a skill where you have to practice, and it it couldn't be like it could have been worse or it could have been better. It depends on your practice. So what I want to say is that my first class and the last class that I taught is very different because I have experience now, and I just want to encourage that it's not gonna be like good since the first time. So yeah, it's totally fine to be failed because like you're gonna get better and better because it requires a lot of practice, and being a teacher is kind of like hard work. So in order for you to be good, you have to just continue practicing and continue finding yourself something that could improve yourself, because right now I'm not the best. And yeah, so I want to give you some examples of the first class. I couldn't control any of the classroom, like the children, the students, they were running around and nobody listened to me. But yeah, it keeps getting better and better. So yeah, it depends on your practicing. So yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, like, indeed, I do really agree with your statement, with your story experience. It just like relate to me. I think it relate to both of us because we also
Yeah.
major in education, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, I do really love teaching. We do love teaching, and you said that you are majoring in elementary, right? I'm I'm curious the challenge that you face as the when you teaching elementary student, because so far I know that elementary student is like, like very challenges, very, it is really hard to to control them. So yeah,
Yes,
would
yes.
you tell us about your experience, your challenge to face?
Yeah, of course. Like teaching elementary students and teaching secondary students, it's very different from each other. So basically, elementary schools, they tend to have a very short focus time. I mean, they couldn't focus thing for so long. So you have to plan your lesson really, really careful. For
That
example, 15 minutes. What you have to do is that you have to turn up the class, focus on your, in the middle of the class, they're gonna get like really, really bored, and they're gonna start standing and playing with each other, which shouldn't be happened at all. But yeah, it happens all the time. And elementary students, the perks of teaching them is that they still they are afraid of the teachers. So sometimes when you tell them to do something or when you tell them to stop, they're gonna stop immediately. But I have a thing called like it is going to be like the instructional media, and you use that to control the classroom. For example, you got a a paper, like a snack paper. It's not a real snack. It's just a snack paper. And you tell them that each snack on the paper is the point of this class. And if they do not pay attention or they do not listen, you'll take the snack off the paper and they'll lose the point. So by the end of the class, if they still have all of these snacks together, they're gonna get extra points. Just like that. You have to use others, like you have to use other factors to control the class, apart from just telling them or scolding them to stop playing or stop yelling. Yep.
I know because I have my mother. My mother, she teaches in the elementary school too. She teach about the children lesson about math and the other, and the challenge is very hard, I think, because besides we must teach them about the lesson, we also must understand about their personality, how to connect with them, and yeah, I think it's the challenges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like sometimes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because like sometimes elementary school students tend to learn better if you have instructional media, because they could not think of something that is very, very concrete. For example, like moral or ethics, some kind of like that. You have to turn those things into something that is touchable. I'm sorry. I mean, they could not understand something that is very abstract. They learn better in like concrete lesson. Yeah, something that is very concrete. Like you have to turn moral into instructional media for you to teach them morals, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Premier, I will ask you the next question. Before that, can we wait my friends?
Yeah. Of course. No
His
worries.
network is getting bad.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You don't have to be worried about this. When I'm speaking, if you don't hear something, you can just text, because I'm not sure whether like did my voice disconnected. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, I want to ask, you are still university right now? Which university?
Yes.
In Thailand?
Chulalongkorn University.
Chulalongkorn University. My friends that Fikrie, he is very interesting.
Oh yeah. He
Yes.
told me that he really want to attend Chulalongkorn University.
He want to attend to
Yes.
Chulalongkorn University. He has
doing like he want to do his master there.
Yes.
Or
yes.
like master's degree. Oh yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
if there change, if you want to follow the exchange students.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. What time is it in Thailand?
I feel like we have the same time zone.
Oh,
Maybe like it's currently like 8:25 p.m.
8:25 p.m. Yes, it's same time here.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you visited
Oh.
Indonesian
Hello
before?
guys.
Hello.
Guys, I'm sorry, my connection is really bad here.
That's all right.
Okay, let's move to the next question, I guess. Uh, you said that you
All
are
right.
from you said that you're majoring in education, like what you told us before, and I want to know about what do you think about the education or specifically educational system in your country. In this case, is Thailand.
Okay, so I have to be really really honest about this question because I feel like the education in Thailand is not that good. It's not so good because um actually like they did the education reform back then, but the curriculum that we still use nowadays are from the BE 2551. So we've been using this curriculum for like more than 10 years now. And even though they had some minor changes in 2560 BE, but I still feel like our curriculum is not that good. It is standard based curriculum, so it means that they have goals for you. For example, like grade 1, you have to be able to do 1 2 3 4 5. Grade 2, you have to be able to do 1 2 3 4 5. And then what they use to evaluate the students in Thailand is that they use examination a lot. So with these kind of things happening in Thailand, they do not access the students' development that much. They only care about the result of their scores. So it turns out that students have to study really, really hard just to do the exam, and they do not have the skills that they can use in daily life. This is very sad, and this is gonna be really, really ridiculous, but you know what? Teachers in Thailand do not get the chance to teach because the Ministry of Education, they send teachers to training, they send teachers to conference in order for them to improve themselves, but they do not think that when they send somebody to, when they send the teachers to get trained, the teachers wouldn't have the time to teach. So what's the point of having such a great potentials of teachers, but they do not get a chance to teach? They have to do many things for their promotion, such as like the document thing, and it really is just a real waste of time for me. And by all those things I've just mentioned, I feel like our education is not that good. But there is some good things because like in newer generations, the teachers tend to do like a little protest about this kind of thing. It is very old fashioned, and I feel like this should get improved by now. And lastly, like the head of the Ministry of Education in Thailand, she did not graduate from School of Education. She graduated from School of Economics. So she didn't understand much about education, and the policy, the principles that she ordered is it doesn't make sense. But we can't do anything about that. Yes. So these are the reasons why I think Thai education is not that good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think I relate though with the educational system in Thailand
Yeah.
and also in Indonesia. Because in Indonesia, the educational system is not quite far from Thai. We also have several issues here in the education issues, something like that. And yeah, I do really agree with your statement that school system is teaching the students that they only uh, what is it? They only cares about their scores. They only care about
Yeah.
getting a better grades, but they are not focused on how the quality of their learning, how they're studying, right? So indeed, I really with your statement, and of course, is
Mhm.
it is our I think our responsibility though for
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
a future leader. And talking about future, uh, if someday in the future that you could be an official teacher, uh, is there any, I don't know, like innovation or teaching innovation that you could provide, and could you elaborate it to us?
Okay, so right now I have to say this first. Like in Thailand, we are currently changing the curriculum from standard-based curriculum to competency-based curriculum. It means that our next generation's teachers have to do something or teach something for students in order for them to have the competency, which means they gotta have the knowledge, they gotta have the skills, and they need to have good attitude about things they learn. So right now, I am currently doing a research with my advisor in the university about using the metaverse, the metaverse, to teach students. So I feel like the metaverse can be a really good innovation in the future because I mean, for example, in English language subject, for students not, um, who are not confident to speak or to say something in the class to practice, they can use the metaverse as a learning space for them to practice. Or the teacher can use the metaverse as an instructional media. And in the metaverse, you can do anything. You can do a field trip to the USA. You can do CPR or anything in the metaverse. And this is just like, I feel like by using the metaverse, we can build a strong foundation for students, for them in order for them to practice and improve their skills to master it in the future. So yeah, I I would really love to say metaverse is a good innovation, but one of the problems is, like it takes a lot of budget to do it. Like you gotta have computer, you gotta have phones, tablet, or Oculus, or VR, or anything. Yes, but I feel like this is a very interesting topic.
It
Yeah,
sounds
I do
interesting.
really good. And yeah, so interesting. Metaverse. I just know that you could use metaverse as a really good innovation though. But uh, I'm curious if you're using metaverse as the innovation.
Mhm.
Is there, I don't know, like from what I know, in Thailand, not all the education in Thailand is provide like such a good technology, you know, like
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
yeah, I mean same in Indonesia, we have a lot of remote area that even they have in the school in their school there's not really good facilities, there are not good um like the learning facilities is it's uh far from good quality. So I think metaverse is good, but it will not be a perfect
Yes,
solution, right? If
Yes.
for
yes, yeah. I
uh,
know, I know.
but
Yes, because
I want
like
to
I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay. No, no. I'm just gonna say like there are still many kids who do not have technology, and many kids who do not have the chance and opportunity to even participated in the education system. So I feel like apart from teachers, the government or the Ministry of Education should lend some hand to help this issue. Yeah. But apart from metaverse, I feel like there are many innovations that we could use. Like I'm gonna say some examples, just like the instructional media. I feel, did you know, like phenomenon-based learning is the newest innovation from Finland. I guess they're gonna use phenomenon as the base in learning, and students have to adapt their knowledge to fix or to improve the phenomenon, and by the end of the semester they have to do some project to present it. I feel like this is a really good innovation. Yeah.
Interesting. By the way, Premier, since I think the time is like
I know.
so perhaps we're gonna make a new link for uh for the meetings. Is it okay?
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right.
Uh, Perhaps you might end this meeting first, and we're gonna have another rooms.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, we jump to the next question. Uh, we have discussed about education, about teacher, and the other. And now I want to ask you about: is there any advantage or disadvantage uh, for being
Mhm.
a teacher in your country, Mr. Cameron?
Okay, so basically, it depends on your mindset about teacher, because being a teacher, you know, as I mentioned earlier, it's a hard work, and being a teacher in Thailand could differs into two parts. One is teaching in government school, and the other one is teaching in public school. So if you teach school provided and held by the government, the to be honest, like we all like to live, right? The salary is going to not be so good if you work in government school at first, but when you retired, salary is going to go up really high, gonna pay you for the rest of your life. But if you teach in public school, the salary is gonna go up high first, but they're gonna pay you until your retirement. So it depends on your preference and mindset about being a teacher who likes that much money or some kind of like that. But there are a lot of advantages, as I mentioned earlier, like you can build foundation. And as I said, the education in Thailand is not that good, right? So if you are a teacher and you really want to change something or really want to do something to improve the system, maybe you are just you might think only you could not change anything, but I feel like there are many people who think like this. So we if we help each other, I feel like anything can be possible. So yeah, so the advantage is that you can change something, but the disadvantages are, as I said, you could not get the chance to teach. Maybe they're gonna send you to some training program, they're gonna send you to conference. And one of the things about teaching in like some rural areas in Thailand is that some schools only have like 2 teachers or 3 teachers, and they have like plenty of students, like 100 of students. So it's going to be hard work, and you probably have to do everything. I have a friend who is like the head, the director of the school, and she has to do teaching stuff, and she has to do janitor stuff. She shouldn't be doing that, but they let her do it because there's no teacher in school. So yeah, so it depends on your mindset, whether do you like teaching, do you like being a teacher, or is money something that you really care about? Because it's a hard work and the salary is not that much. So yeah, it depends on your preferences and your mindset about being a teacher. Yes. Yeah. So who wants to be a teacher in Thailand has to have a really good public mind. Yes.
Yeah, right. And also, I've heard a lot of people say that if you want to get a lot of salary, don't be a teacher.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
It's not money, it's salary, right? It's about how like we could make our future better. So it start from teacher. It
Mhm, mhm.
depends on the teacher, right? So I do really agree with your statement.
Mhm.
Last time you for being a teacher, which teaching in elementary. Uh, could you tell us about in your opinion? How did you get my question?
Mhm. Okay. So the can you hear me? All right. So
Yeah.
the challenge that I think we all are facing in this era is learning loss. So learning loss happens all the time, but after the pandemic, after the COVID-19, after the spread of COVID-19, I feel like most students, they tend to change their learning styles, and they they I feel like they are lacking of social skills. Like for example, like some students, they were in early childhood when the pandemic happened, and right now they are in like grade 2 or grade 3. So they did not attend school for 3 or 4 years. They only learn online, and one day they have to face their peers, they have to face their teachers, they have to go to school alone. Sometimes it is hard for them to adapt themselves into new environments. So some students in the school that I used to study, some of them could not even take the stairs by themselves because they did not know how to. Because like their house doesn't have a stair, and COVID-19 only forced them to stay in their house, so they did not have the opportunity to practice going upstairs at school, and moreover, like most students, they tend to think that why we have to go to school because we can learn online. Like the past 2 or 3 years or 4 years, we have been learning online, and why do we have to go to school? So they tend to change their learning styles, and as teachers has to we have to um we have to also adjust ourselves into the new preferences of the students. Sometimes we have to change the lesson plan like immediately because it didn't work, some kind of like that. So basically learning loss is something that we are facing right now, and like I said earlier, it's not about just us, it's not about we educators or teachers alone, it's also about the government. They should provide some policies or new principles, something that can help us in the future, because this is something not just only in Thailand. I feel like each country around the world is facing this this crisis, this issue right now, the learning loss issue. So yeah.
Actually, I agree with your argument about the effect from COVID-19 when we must change our education style into the online method about Zoom or meeting in the digital or and the other apps. And I think it was effective, but not more effective if between the where we face to face with our teacher in school. And if I see the effect from the students which study by online learning or online method, is they become more lazy from before.
Yes.
When they must go to the school, they choose the online learning or online method between the offline learning. I think that the challenge, and we also feel right now. How about
I know. And you know what? Like,
yes, can you?
Yeah. And like, I this thing just popped up in my head. There, I was teaching like grade 3 or grade 4 students, and I feel like I forgot what happened, but they had to take off their mask in class to do something, to eat or to do something. I forgot, but there was like one student who did not take off her mask, and I came to her and I asked her, why aren't you taking your mask off? And I expected to hear something about, I'm afraid of COVID-19, but no, she didn't say that. She said, because I feel like it is forbidden to take off mask because I've been wearing a mask for 3 years. Like, like COVID-19 has changed the students' mindset about showing off their face. They feel like showing off their face is some kind of like forbidden thing. They shouldn't do that. I feel like, it's a very strange, but this is the challenge and difficulty that we are facing right now. We have to fix it and face it. Yeah.
Right. And we're gonna move to the next question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next question is, what is teacher to you, and what do you think about teachers?
For me, a teacher is someone who takes care of students, not just in their learning, but also in their life skills. So we all have the teacher who took care of us when we were young, and they taught us about many things, not just only in scientific knowledge or some kind of like the content in the subjects, but also how to live life, how to get along with our peers. I feel like, but in the aspect of learning, I feel like teacher shouldn't be someone who teach and teach and teach. A teacher is someone who has to be the facilitator and provide students like the content and the knowledge, so that the students has to gain knowledge by themselves. For example, there is an instructional strategy called Jigsaw, where the teacher gives the students a piece of information, and the students tend to figure it out what that information is, and they try to remember it by themselves. The teacher is someone who is looking at them and ask them whether if someone has any problem or not. I feel like this helps students to be lifelong learners. I feel like in traditional classroom where the teacher is the center of the class, they lecture you and they just don't care about any other things. They just lecture, and then they're gone. I feel like a teacher for me is someone who teach and helps and takes care of students, whether they understand or do they get the concept of that class. So there has to be the facilitator, not just a teacher. Yeah.
I do really agree with you. Not about, being teacher is epic for me. Yeah. Fachru, for the last question, would you ask it?
I'm sorry, you forgot to turn on your microphone, I guess.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all right.
I will repeat. Let's just say the teacher meant is people who teach, helps, and the other. And I want to ask about, as we know, as we know, that the parents also teach and help us in anything and any problems that we have in our life. And what's your opinion between teacher and parents? Is there any same perspective or same meaning from between them?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat that again?
Is there yes?
Yeah.
Is there any
Can you please repeat it again?
okay. Between the teacher
My internet
and
is very bad.
okay, between the teacher and the parents, they have the same what we could say this you say that the teacher, the people who teach and who helps us in anything or any problems, and then is there any same perspective or same meaning between the teacher and the parents? As we know, the parents also
Okay.
usually helps us and teach us in anything and any problems that we have. How about your opinion?
Oh yeah. Okay. There is a saying from John Dewey that school is just like a is a big social in a small area. So I feel like being in a school, students being in a school with teachers are slightly different from being with parents, because sometimes it depends on how the parents teach or take care of their children, because each family has different ways of parenting the kid, but I feel like there are some relations between the teacher and parents, because like we care about students, we care like the parents care of their kids. We do care about our students, so we teach them, and we try our best to make them the better person in each day. So yeah, in my opinion, I feel like teachers and parents are the same in some aspect, but there are going to be some areas that they differ from each other, because we teachers, we do not do something that the parents do, such as like scolding their kids. Maybe some teachers do it, I'm not sure, but I'm not doing it, because I feel like it is one of our job to make them better person. But we gotta have the help from the parents too, because Olias could not make everything, because we have many students to take care of. Oh, this is the different, because being a teacher is that we have like 40, 50, 30, whatever students to take care, but parents, they only have like not more than like 5 or 10, I feel like. So it's a hard work, but yeah, what is the same between teachers and parents is that we do care of our students, and we teach them, and we try to make them a better person. Yes.
Yes, for real. I mean, like we can see the difference from before in how we treat the student and also our children. And for the last question, I mean, which for us as a future teacher.
Okay. So I feel like being a teacher is a hard work, and as I mentioned, I mention every time, and it is going to be hard, and your first day might not be as you expected. So one of the things that I really want you to have is that you have to know what is your passion. You have to know why are you doing this. You have to keep in your mind, if you're doing this for the students, someday when you are tired, just think of them passing the exam. Just think of them being a better person every day because of us, and just think of them being successful because we were part of them. We were a part of them in their lives that helps them being who they are. So just hang in there. It is going to be hard. There are going to be a lot of obstacles. Just keep on moving forward. I feel like many things are hard, just such as like the government and the Ministry of Education, as I mentioned earlier. Like many things might not go as we plan, but just keep on moving. And I feel like you are not walking alone. You are walking with your peers. You're working with many other teachers from all around the world, and in Indonesia and in Thailand as well. So just keep on moving, and I feel like someday we could change this. We could change this together. Everything in education system to be better and better, and for us to proudly say that we are good teachers. So just hang in there, and if you have some problems, just feel free to contact me. I'm always here for you. Yes. Keep on fighting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Samir.
My pleasure.
Okay. From what you say, say that there are a lot of obstacles that we're gonna face in the future for being a teacher. It is really true. So yeah, once again, like what I mentioned before, that it is our responsibility to mention that be better in the future, right? As a teacher. Okay, Premier, the question is already answered by you. And once again, I want to say thank you very much for participating, for willing to be interviewed. And I hope you always healthy, always success. And yeah, Maru, would you like to tell
Thank you so
anything?
much. Okay, thank you so much for Mr.
Yeah,
Premier
thank you so
for the
much.
time.